Hello everyone, my name is John. Welcome to the channel. So we are back. We are restarting on an older project actually, one I haven't worked on in a while. And that is Richie's K-24 swapped Corolla. He had some life changes and had to move his stuff out of the garage, and I was like, well, it's either park your car in storage and it never gets worked on, or just bring it over and we'll work on it as we can. So he's on his way over here. He's got the car on a flat deck, a tow truck, and they're making their way over to drop it off here. So this should be good, be exciting, be good to have it, you know, at my place where it's easier for me to get out and work on it for a couple hours after work, as opposed for it being like a whole Saturday thing. Yeah, I'm excited. So anyway, we will see you when the car gets here. All right, so we got the car in here. It's sitting beautifully. It's yeah, it's a lot of car filled with a lot of boxes. I got a shelf full of boxes there. Obviously the engine bay is empty. Last time you guys saw it, it was full and it looked like it was almost ready to run, but that was just an illusion for the camera. So engine is out. We're trying to figure out where to start, and we figured the best place probably right now, since we don't have Rich here today, is we'll get the clutch and flywheel and everything bolted on, torque down, and kind of take the tranny off and put the tranny back on, I guess, and kind of work with what we can do on the engine so that that's ready whenever he has a little bit of welding he wants to do. So whenever he's done welding, then we can stab her in there. We just got the pilot bushing installed, and we got the flywheel cleaned up and the pressure plate, and then we got a new clutch disc ready to go in there. So yeah, pretty much just start slapping Lego back together now. Yeah, pretty much Lego. So one thing that we found in here, something I guess to keep in mind, where is it? The automatic and the manual bolts are different for the flywheel. So the automatic ones are quite a bit shorter. If I could hold them still. They're quite a bit shorter. And these say like F12 on them, and the automatic ones just say AT. So mix them up. You don't want your flywheel to come off and cut your legs off, that would be bad. There was one in there. Luckily we've disassembled enough Hondas that I had a spare for a manual, so it's mint. Well, she's looking more like an assembled engine, which is great. The intake's back on. We got to get an intake gasket. It's got this deadly adapter, but we only had one gasket for it, so of course it went on the inside, adapter got torqued on, and the intake is just sitting on here loose. Yeah, fuel rails on. We need there's cups that go underneath of these injectors. They got taken off somewhere along the line and tossed. We need some more of those. Got what is this called again? But something to reroute the coolant. I believe the old manifold had the water jacket on the side cast into the manifold, so it got sliced off, and then this just replaces that. Clutch and flywheel are all on. They look old and rusty, but I'm sure they will do the trick. We are missing the clutch fork and the pivot ball, so we can't quite get the tranny on tonight. That's okay. All this has been reassembled. It's got brand new knock sensor tucked in there, all the thermostat housing, all that goodness, and yeah, we changed over the crank sensor. So yeah, we are making progress. Not bad, not bad. Just a lot of little stuff. It's time consuming and it's kind of lame, but it's got to be done. So we're just knocking it off the list as we go. All right, so we are making some progress. I mean, as much progress as we can make. We got the tranny is pretty much prepped and ready to go in, made up. Got fresh seals. You can't see, but it's behind the cover plate. Anyway, fresh seals, input and output, looking mint. And we're kind of stuck with the tranny right now because like the clutch and everything is ready to go. And we're ready to just slap it together, but we are missing the clutch fork that's in the back of Richie's car. So we've gone as far as we can go with the tranny for tonight, and I think we're going to move on to the drive belt accessory. It just needs a tensioner built. I mean, we could buy one, but what fun is that? So yeah, we're going to try and sort something out here. Somehow put a belt on there that tensions. Fuel rail is all in. We got, if you're ever wondering, the rubber washer O-rings that go underneath are all compatible from B series, D series, and K series, we found out. So that's good. And these standoffs are from a 99 CRV, so a B20. So that's deadly. We whipped up a little something or the other temporary for the belt tensioner. It'll be interesting, runs through there, and then up like that. So we're waiting on a belt for that, and we're waiting on a pivot ball for the bell housing clutch fork thing. We figured since we ran out of parts basically for the engine side of it, we would just hop over to the bay. It needs a good sanding. There's a couple of spots that were rusty that Rich fixed up, and they just need to be welds ground down a little bit. And some of the seams, he ground the seam sealer out of them just to clean it up. So we are going to re-seam seal it and get that all dialed. Hopefully do a good job of it. So yeah, get this so that it's ready, and then he was getting some paint made up that would match. So whenever that gets here, then we can spray it all. But it'd be nice to have it ready to spray, so all we got to do is just wipe it down and go to town. So we turned the lights off in the garage, got the flashlight out, went over all the welds, and managed to pick out a couple.
a couple pinholes that didn't quite get her. So we got some stuff marked out. I don't know, half a dozen or so we'll go over and then grind some of these welds off, and if we get that far, we might save those for Richard to grind down. That seems like work. Well, it's not beautiful. In fact, it's not good looking at all. But found a couple pinholes and did our best to fill them in. A couple on the firewall, and then there was a few inside that you can't really see. Just mostly like in the corners and the edges, the hard places to get at. So I laid some boogers over them. And they're covered in there, and we'll just have to grind them out, I guess. And yeah, this stuff, some of the cheapest sheet metal I've ever had the displeasure of welding. Not good, but I guess that's partially my own fault because I convinced him to put a V8 in it and then told him that he should just cut out the tunnel and just rebuild a new one. So it's kind of my bad. But he's the one that listened. Anyway, yeah, I think that's all we're gonna get done tonight. That's enough for now. Our bay is all sanded down, wiped down. The rust holes are fixed up, and she's all seam sealed. Maybe not the greatest job with this seam sealer, but we tried to keep it as clean as we could. I mean, compared to the factory Toyota seam sealer, which is super great. I think we did okay. So glad it is paintable, so at least we can cover it up a little bit. But well, Rich showed up and he brought parts. Finally, say hello, Rich. Don't say hello.
Man. I mean, this YouTube stuff's awesome. I love YouTube. Everybody watch our videos and then our cars can be finished right. That's how the formula works.
It is. If you watch enough videos, the cars get done. Anyway.
This one goes? I think so. Let's see. Pass me the other one. They're the same. Yeah. Yeah, these ones go... They gusset like that or something. I don't know. They just gusset the shock tower to this. So as long as they get welded on, for the most part, semi-uniform and the same. So boss. Sorry. Get out of the way!
You're just spraying it like that's. You only have that can, bro.
No, there's a couple more.
Oh.
I think I actually bought a new one.
Oh, did you?
We'll check in. No. Oh, it's different.
Hi, Phil.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know. I saw it. It was like, oh, maybe I need it.
We're moving up.
Well, I'm trying to. Isn't that what life's all about?
I know it's always going down.
It's always going down, bro.
Once you hit 30, it's just downhill.
I don't know how to do this one. I guess, like, put it over there. What do you figure?
I don't know. I would think.
I don't want to, like, weld it to this. I wouldn't mind just welding it to the firewall, but like that, and then bang that down.
Yeah, like try and put it flat as flat as you can. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Do you want me to push it
Smells
down?
like somebody's doing blades.
Oh.
No.
Smelling yourself, bro.
Fuck. Hammer?
Yep.
Got a hammer?
Yep.
Well, these things turned out amazing. Look at that. That looks great. It just adds just a little bit of race car to it, if you will. Very good. And we got the nice shoehorn, frame horn things down here. They're all welded in. And you just got some more just to chunk in down there and tie into the frame. So hopefully get those knocked out tonight.
Fucking bullet hairy there. Try to weld some metal, try to stiffen some frame rails here.
You want to explain what
I don't
you're
know if you
doing?
can say stiff on YouTube.
Nah, well, I just said it. So, I don't know if you got the other ones. I bought this stiffener kit. It comes from the Ireland, from Flows. T3 sells them now, so it's just great. So for, I think they're 110 bucks. You get 4 stiffeners per frame rail. You get these guys for your frame rail, just stiffen it up a bit. It's like a little fish plate almost. You get a box here, and then you get 2 gussets up there, one for the shock tower to the firewall, and then the shock tower to whatever's left. So they say that rally guys in Ireland use these religiously because of all the, bumps and whatnot. So it just adds a little bit of stiffening to it. Since everything was already pulled out and I was doing rust repair already, I figured why not do it now? I don't want to do this after everything else is out, so tighten the bullet. But yeah, hopefully these work out really good. Whatever, that should be fine. That don't pop off.
Here, we'll give you that and you show what you just did.
I made a mess. That. Okay. Don't look at that. I didn't weld that one. I welded these other shitty ones. So, went a little hambo, but plug weld most of them. Put some gross little stitches all over. Don't look at that one. Same thing over here. Equally bad, but hoping that they stick enough. Here you go.
Perfect. Welcome back. We have been going hard, busting it out. It has been it's actually been a couple days, but we did other stuff too. So we got everything seam sealed, scuffed down. Bay is looking great. It is like everything, all the little holes that we found, we have filled them up with weld or whatever we needed to do. Richie's gusset plates that he put in look awesome up there. And they're all seam sealed in, and welds and stuff are cleaned up. So we're all taped up. It's been hosed down with the air, get all the spray, and wiped down with wax and grease remover. And the rest of the car is plasticed off. So I think we're good to spray. Let's set the camera up and put a mask on. Well guys, that's it. Primed up. Just had barely enough primer to finish it, but I think it looks pretty good. It's a little light in some places. That light color really pops with all the bolt holes and little stuff, like even the stampings on there. They just, yeah, it's pretty crazy. So
Good thing we're not leaving it a light color. Otherwise that would be a lot more work, I feel. I'll paint her back to the original Toyota gray. And yeah, that'll be awesome.
Oh.
So it's been drying up for a couple days. It's well cured by now, so we just took a couple minutes and went through and just checked our seam sealer situation and just made sure that we were good. There was a couple spots that we had to touch up, but this, yeah, I guess ready to paint now. So I'm gonna set the camera up and we're gonna go to town and get this thing painted. Sending it to Richie.
Hey, yeah, look at that.